It is 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. It's the Monday, the 25th of August, AD 2025. I used to like saying 2025 AD, Anno Domini, but then I heard that it's Anno Domini or whatever, the year of our Lord. Hat tip to the whites. Thank you, Jesse Lee Peterson, for redirecting the YouTube people. What's up, YouTube people? Over to the Hake Report, as well as Pastor Chatelet, having Jesse Lee Peterson raid the stream over on the Rumble crew. I'm live on multiple platforms. We're going to have a fun show, I think. And you can call in 1-888-775-3773. As you well know, the views expressed on the Hake Report do not represent Hake himself. That would be me. They don't represent Bond or JLP or anything. Isn't that sweet? Isn't this nice? I made the beat myself. Just kidding, it was AI. I thought I would just play it for you because sometimes people like it. We're going to get going here soon, everybody. Shout out T-Fly Monkey, Buddy 1205, Jules Verne, WT1, Dolphin Spirit, while this is playing, let me see if I can get stuff right in here, just to make sure. Yeah, so take everything with a grain of salt, you know? You can follow my Suno, James N. Hake. Hey. SoundCloud rapper Hake. No, stop it. It's Men's History Month, believe it or not. I'm yapping. I can hear my yapping in the background here. I'm going to mute this. Lots of mess going on in the world and on these commercials. It's crazy. Oh, yes. What's up, Punchy.tv crew? Jim in Alaska. Nicole, nice to see ya. I appreciate you joining over there on Punchy.tv. Always fun to see you. If you chat on cool trick. If you chat on Punchy.tv, I am not likely to miss it. Am I getting drowned out by the music, or is it okay? This is the Hake freestyle. You just don't know it yet. Says RJJ. It's gonna be the next big thing. Let's hope that it doesn't start to play some other song after this. Turn off autoplay. Let's see here. Just close that there. So, anyway, guys, you can super chat, buymeacoffee.com/thehakereport or thehakereport.com. But let's just get right on with the show. Oh, wait. Now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. As you know, as you may have noticed, if you're watching the video feed, or JLP today, I'm wearing my I Disavow t-shirt, one of them. And it has a monkey covering his mouth. Oops, did I say that? I disavow. Get yours, thehakereport.com or hake.printify.me more directly. And nice. See what you think. Let me know. Sweet. So, I had these. I don't like this. I am afraid to show it to you guys. I feel concerned. But if we mosey on down to thehakereport.com, the news from a upright Christian alpha male, from the viewpoint of an upright Christian alpha male, as Asmodor, rest in peace, Men's History Month fellow, I guess we could call him, said, I've noticed that these commercials are painful. And why are these commercials so painful? Maybe it's because they're directed more at women than at men. But why do women like these commercials? And it's clowning the men. And it's clowning especially the white men. This guy is not particularly white, but watch this. This is painful. Here it comes. Get ready. Steel yourself so that you do not cringe. Okay, oops, I just muted it. I had it muted. Let's see how this plays.
Coming to the stage.
Oh, see, I already don't like it. This is already too painful. Do we play this whole thing through? It's a whole minute long. The main thing I want to play is where he gets, so he shows up at a club. He's in his imagination. There's a fear in his eyes. This is a commercial, okay? It's an advertisement. It's for your skin. You know, some people get this thing called psoriasis. And it's exploiting the insecurity / highlighting the insecurity people feel. Can I do a thumbs down on it? About psoriasis. It's like redness and stuff. It's itchy. And they're scratching themselves, and they can't help it. People have psoriasis. I think one of my favorite people in the world, Cernovich, might have psoriasis sometimes. Okay? So people have a skin condition. So here it is.
Next up, we have Ned.
He's scratching himself, and then he's like all scared because he's going to some club and he's going to do karaoke. Another corny thing. Men don't do karaoke.
He could treat differently.
Watch.
You can get
Look at that
pill that treats plaque psoriasis even in hard to treat areas.
Look
you
at
can
him.
get clearer
Did you see that body language? The insecurity. Watch again. Here's more.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to tongue, throat, or arms.
That's
Severe
creepy.
Diarrhea,
That's
nausea,
creepy.
or vomit if
They're
you have a history
trying
of
to be like
depression or
they're trying to be like the Matrix. I wonder if they lined up a whole bunch of cameras like one after another in order to get that effect, like they did in the Matrix movie, the original one from 1999 or 2000. Watch him. Watch this guy.
With Otezla, clear skin could be your jam.
They made him look like the Sister Act insecure lady. Did you see him look? So unfortunately, the audio podcast listeners can't see this. Or maybe it's fortunate. But they're making, what a mess. At least he wasn't that white. Is he part white? But it's still not right. Look at that. Is that good acting? Is that the ability of a good actor to play insecure? Painful to look at. Terrible. They're doing it to these men.
Live in the moment. Struggling on topicals.
Okay. Nice. Enough of that. Here's another one. Oh, yeah. Clowning a father. Clowning the men. This is a evil Coles. I disclaim. This is not meant to be no opposition against whatever that commercial was, nor endorsement, of course. But watch this. This is a department store, right? Or some type of store. It's kind of like a Target or something. Maybe I'm butchering that. But this guy asks some store gal, about a hoodie for his boy, who the boy seems to be all into himself, wearing a hoodie, looking in the mirror. A young boy, relatively young boy, like 10-ish, plus or minus. Probably younger, unless he's a small, for his age, boy. But it's a father, and the woman is giving him advice, and then the father gives this, if you're reading the screen here, this effeminate tone about treating the boy like he's a little girl. You know how you treat the girls? You know how, I don't know if you guys are following along. Joe Biden would say, he would whisper to these little girls, no dating until you're 35. Something like that. And it's sort of a joking, but it's, men want to protect the innocence of their daughters in particular. But they're making this father.
Cole's mom?
See, he's asking Cole's mom. And he says, watch, I guess. And it has that gal. Is that gal? Never mind. Let's play it.
Last year my son hated hoodies and now he's into them?
That's not just a hoodie. That's his new personality for the...
What a mess. Did you catch that? That's not just a hoodie. That's his new personality. Kid in glasses.
School year. He's a hoodie guy now.
He's a hoodie guy now.
Hoodie guy.
Cologne guy.
Cologne?
What's next?
You don't want to be cologne guy too soon.
You don't want to be cologne guy too soon. Stop it. They make these girls all, and part of the problem with it is that it's kind of depicting a touch of reality of what's actually going on. And watch this one, last but not least, and the clown and the men, a white man.
Still looking for that new job?
Well, it's funny you mention that. I just found out my dad's sister's husband is golfing buddies with a friend who's a neighbor of a guy who's a CEO of a great company.
And he's talking with a well-adjusted black lady, young lady, mildly attractive. And he's like a white or Jewish or Italian guy with curly hair.
So basically it's a lock.
Sounds promising.
Right? That's what my mom said. Yes.
See?
Yeah.
This all happened in one sitting, though, by the way. I saw all three of these commercials in one sitting. I was watching a little TV. I was more interested in the commercials than the actual show.
You get it.
Some sports thing.
Indeed helps you match based on...
So now I don't care about your commercial. Shout out to you. No endorsement nor opposition.
No idea who that guy is.
I could tell.
He's like, had no idea who that guy is. And she's like, I could tell. Clowning the men. Making the women look all tough. Here's a nice commercial, though. I saw this lady. Let's see if I can find it. I wasn't able to find it offhand. No. I'll have to find it another time. It was nice, though. But it was a black lady who was she was in an accident. She said, I thought I was going to die. Mildly attractive black gal. And she's like, they treated me like a queen. And then at the end of the commercial, it's a male voiceover. It says, because everyone deserves justice. And it just made me crack up because it's like, even black women. Terrible. What a mess. Hake reporting on ads, quote unquote, while demonetized. Yeah, I have to go work through and make sure that my monetization comes back up so that I can subject you guys to advertisements on my YouTube channel. Wouldn't that be nice? Whew. So, happy Men's History Month. Curb your passion, Hake. Nice advice. A mess. Okay. Let me get to a call or two here before we get going into actual news. Those are some bad advertisements. Another reason why we need the Men's History Month. I guess part of it is like their escape. It's like it targets women who hate men, who despise men. That's how they see men. Because otherwise, why would it? Do those commercials appeal to anybody? I get that people do feel insecure about their skin conditions sometimes, but I think that most people get past it. And so it's, oh my gosh, so relatable. There's a lot of effeminate fathers out there who like guide their little boys and then are at a loss how to guide their little boys, and they ask Cole's mom, I disclaim. But it's so, I've heard that advertising points at women because the women are the ones who are spending the money like crazy. And blacks, they spend a lot of money too, compared to what they bring in. Rather than saving it, they spend it. So the advertising points at those groups. A mess. Okay. Let me get to Mark in Los Angeles, California. Happy Men's History Month, Mark. Thank you for holding.
Yes, you got it. Happy Men's History Month, and I got a good one for you this month.
Nice.
Or this time. It's the 57th anniversary today of Lincoln Rockwell's assassination.
Whoa.
And I wanted to shout him out for for Men's History Month. He was killed 57 years ago today in Arlington, Virginia.
Wow.
And by the way, you can view the if you're interested or anybody's interested, you can view it on Google. They show the funeral, and it has them trying to bring a veteran of 2 world wars, Lincoln Rockwell. After 19 and a half years of service, they cut him loose 6 months before his pension, and so he had nothing. And when they got to the cemetery in Arlington, the Army had 100 men to stop the National Socialists from burying their leader. It's something to watch. They stop him right at the gate at Arlington National Cemetery.
Yeah.
And they refused to take the swastikas off. It was a First Amendment issue, but because they wouldn't take off the swastikas, they wouldn't allow them in Arlington.
Interesting.
Where was the ACLU? So that's the man of the year right there of this month anyway for Men's History Month. That was a true man.
So America was the American government, if you want to call it that, was looking out for positive publicity, positive PR, public relations mess.
You mean by not allowing this man to be buried in Arlington?
Well, not so much that, but but having the swastikas, not wanting the hooked cross, the Nazi stuff in there.
Well, after it was all over, they had to turn the hearse around with the body right at the entrance of the gate. The Army and uniformed National Socialists looked at each other for like an hour. There was a stare down. Huh. And then they said he can be buried here without the swastikas.
Okay.
And Major Cale, who took over, said no. That's Rockwell demanded that he be allowed to be buried with full National Socialist regalia.
What a
But
mess.
because there were American vets who had fought the Germans in World War II, they felt it wasn't appropriate. Well, after all was said and done, the ACLU came out and said they should have been allowed to go in. A little too little, a little too late.
Yeah.
The other thing is, the beating that, I don't know what his name is, of Big Balls there a couple weeks ago in D.C., the Doge worker.
Yes.
Did you hear what this black woman judge gave them as a penalty? This demonic Biden-appointed female black judge? She gave him house arrest. In other words, they walked.
Yeah.
They beat a white man half to death, and this black demon who sits on the bench gave them ankle bracelets and told them to start going to school. That's the evil of the people Biden put on the judiciary. That you can look that up. It was on the news today.
So that was
Just
a Biden
despicable.
judge, you're saying?
Yes. It was a Biden judge.
A woman.
I don't know her name.
And yeah, what I heard was that there were 10 guys about. I don't know if that's true. 10 guys.
Well,
who
there
beat
was
him.
a guy and two 15-year-olds, a Negro male and a Negro female.
Oh, it was two?
Well, those are the ones who got nothing, basically.
Okay.
And those are the two of the worst. Now, there is another one. Oh, no. I don't know about the other 8. I was thinking about another incident.
I don't know.
The other thing about, pardon?
Yeah, I don't know either. I haven't really looked into the story other than that I know that he got beat up, and that was what finally the straw that broke the camel's back for going into D.C. and cleaning up the place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, and this is my last point for the day, on one of your competitors' show over the weekend, they had an expose of Indians, and I'm not talking about Cherokees. I'm talking about the ones from India. I don't even trust Vivek. You know, he swindled a bunch of investors, and that's how he became rich.
I don't know
He
about
talked to
that.
them-
I'm disclaiming your comment on that because I don't know anything about it.
Well, if I can give you the name of your competitor, she'll have the info.
Well, I mean, fine. You can. I mean, not. You don't have to say it, but according to what you heard, he swindled some people.
Millions out of millions. He had a cure supposedly for some kind of a disease, and then it fell through and it wasn't approved, and he took off with everybody's money, and he was never charged or convicted. He's a con man, but I didn't call about him.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about.
I don't know, Vivek. Go ahead.
About this Indian truck driver that killed 3 in Florida. He was an illegal alien,
right?
And I'm telling you, these people, man. If
the
you
U-turn, the outrageous U-turn incident in which people slammed into him and went underneath and died.
He had no remorse. He had a face of a jackal when they caught him. He didn't give a dog about those people. And furthermore, and what's more important on this, it's happening everywhere. They just put that story out, but behind the story, Indian truck drivers are having mass chaos on the highways. If you look at in India, the country itself, they have more accidents, I think, than any other country. And now it may be because the roads are bad or whatever, but they're terrible drivers. They hate whitey. And to prove that, a bunch of other Indians in America raised money for this murdering devil that killed those 3 in the truck. Yeah. They've raised $250,000 for their brown brother. And in Canada, where they've basically infested that country, the Canadians are fed up with them. They are they use the government for whatever they can on business loans to set family members up in business. They're nothing but con artists. They hate white people, and they're bad for business. They're bad for America. They should never be allowed in here. And I don't know if it's too late.
Although I'm saying I don't know to the specific claims about Vivek, I've never really totally trusted him. And I know that Asians and Indians and immigrants in general, they're not always, in fact, they're very commonly like dishonest and pull shenanigans. People accuse I don't know about the specific stories because people make claims about Trump University, this, and I don't buy that. It's a lot of times people act like they've been cheated when they cheated themselves. But I don't doubt. I neither believe nor disbelieve the thing about Vivek. But you can just kind of see through that he's kind of like he's a fast talker. I don't trust fast talkers, and he does. Yeah, he does sort of have that Indian culture that just kind of portrays. He portrays it definitely. Well, although he's an anchor baby, I think. Yeah,
he talks a good game.
Yeah, but he doesn't really fool me. Because
he's fooled a lot of people. He's expected, or he's in the polls. He's expected to become the next Ohio governor.
Oh, that's terrible. See, I like him for the right things that he says, and I like him in general. He's like a sort of a likable guy, but he's just not. He thinks that he has a different idea about America to what normal Americans think. It's like there's something different.
He supports the H-1B visas.
Yeah.
He wants thousands of these people
Elon, too, another immigrant.
They're basically indentured servants. They can't join a union. They can be fired at will. They make less money than white Americans who do that type of work. Very few Negroes in that profession.
Shenanigans.
But it's the white man that's being discriminated against by these H-1B visas. And not only does Vivek support that, but so does Vance. Watch out for Vance. I know you like him, and I did too.
That's what Sion is telling me. She's telling me that you're absolutely right about what you're saying, that she does not trust the vice president who's married to an Indian gal himself.
Nope. He supports H-1B visas.
Shout out to the Indians.
No, but he supports them too.
Yeah.
They're bad, man. They're bad. They're like a combination of a con artist and a white hater. Heartless. They're heartless devils. You should have seen the reaction of the truck driver after he killed those people. It was like he didn't do anything. And now his brethren have already raised $250,000 for this dirtbag. Yeah. And in India, the Sikhs hate the Hindus, and the Hindus hate the other. There's like 3 groups of Indians, and they hate each other.
Wow.
But in this country, they unify against Whitey and cough up $250,000 for this scoundrel.
Yeah.
And that's who we're up against. It's not just Mexicans and Negroes and Jews. It's these people too.
I didn't know that they had raised a bunch of money for him, although I'm not really surprised to hear it, because anytime something that inflames political issues gets involved, or racial issues or whatever, there's a whole lot of money to be made on either side, you know?
Well, it's really not a racial issue. He murdered 3 people.
I said political or racial issue. It's kind of racial, though, because he's a foreigner. He doesn't belong here. He's an illegal. And I guess California gave him a commercial driver license. Not just a driver's license. They pretend like, oh, you should give them driver's licenses so they can be registered and it's safer.
And take our jobs.
Yeah, but a commercial driver license. What a mess.
Well, they should. That should go big against Newsom if and when he runs for president. This incident alone should show driver's licenses for these invaders is in itself a crime. And lastly, and this is what really ticked me off, over on Friday, some commie judge, I don't know who appointed him, it had to be Obama or Biden. All these judges that they appointed should be stripped of their judgeships because they're not judges, they're activists. But anyway, this latest clown judge, who should be defied, said that Trump can't cut federal aid to sanctuary cities. He sent a letter to all these Democrat cities like Brandon Johnson and that Woo thing in Boston, as well as Bass here in LA, that sanctuary cities are going to lose federal funds unless they cooperate with ICE. And a commie judge stepped in and said, no, I would just cut the funding off and tell the judge, come on, send your marshals and see what they want to do.
I read about this. In Hake News, I read about this, that 10 or 13 or so states or a bunch of cities and counties are getting their federal funding kept by the word of this so-called judge.
Yeah, the judge is nothing but a commissar. In Russia, those commissars are people that act like judges, but their only goal is to do what the Communist Party tells them to do. They don't go by the law, and neither do these judges. That's why I know Trump looks like he's not going to do it. He needs to defy these people. He needs to these judges, no, we're cutting their funds off. They would have thrown George Wallace in jail for this thing, and now the communist judges are using the 10th Amendment, which is what we segregationists and separatists used in our arguments against Brown v. Board and against what they did to Governor Wallace. They were ready to send the army in against Wallace. Look, they wouldn't even allow Rockwell to be buried after 19 and a half years in a military cemetery. That's how bad they hate the white race. And these judges, I'm telling you, the last thing Trump needs to do is defy every one of these judges. Every one of them.
I agree, although I don't hold it against him that he's not doing it. He may be...
No, I don't.
Trump likes to go about things the right way, quote unquote.
He does.
And not that it's wrong to defy the judge, but if you go about it a more politically palatable way so that you can
appeal.
Because there's a whole lot of appealing, and then eventually if it comes down to it, maybe he will defy them when the time is right,
I'd say it's right now.
This is an Obama judge. It's William Orrick guy. William Orrick.
Oh, that's wow. He's an Obama guy.
Yep, San Francisco.
The same SOB, and he's the same SOB in the first Trump administration that pulled this stunt.
Yeah.
They got to go after Orrick. He's a far left commie radical.
I think you're right.
He has no business being a judge.
Yeah. What a mess.
Yeah, so that's the world we're in. White man unite. We're being blackballed by red agitators. That's the best quote I ever heard because it's so true.
Interesting,
and that's all I got for you, Hake.
I appreciate it. It's a great call. Oh, you know what? Real quick, there was somebody who wanted to talk with you. Sweetie in California. Would you like to talk with Sweetie in California? I'm not familiar with her.
Not that it matters. Is that a man or woman?
I assume it's a woman, but I don't know. Oh, it's a gal.
Okay, put her on.
All right, Sweetie, thank you for calling. Oh, man, this is coming in loud.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
I just wanted to. I want to say I agree with the caller. I'm in California, and I think one of the most dangerous threats in America is legal immigration because it gives everyone a right to be in the country, to legally take American jobs away, especially like with what's happening in California. Like, you can see whole towns turning into like one ethnicity and them being given all the jobs and all the fake propaganda that, oh, this ethnicity is smarter than Americans, you know what I mean? And it kind of like just brainwashes people into thinking that, well, that's the reason why Americans don't have the jobs. And it's not true,
Yeah.
And,
right.
And also it makes it more difficult to get rid of these foreigners with legal papers to be in the United States, like with their H-1B1 visas or whatever it's called. And then it also threatens Americans even more because then they can try to become citizens. And I'm not agreeing with that. I'm Hispanic heritage, and I don't even want illegal Mexicans in the United States. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good.
So.
I know I'm in California, too. And you could go to cities on the east side of L.A.
Stay close to your phone, Mark. You're sounding slightly muffled.
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
I was just saying that I live in Southern California, and if you go to places like Huntington Park, I can't think of all the names of those towns, but they were built after World War II, basically for white veterans and their families. And now go to Huntington Park and see what's over there. Go to any of those areas. Cudahy.
They've gotten taken over.
Been taken over by Mexicans. And about 30 years ago, I think it was either Cudahy or maybe Huntington Park, there were still a number of white people living there, and they went to a Huntington Park City Council meeting, the whites did, to complain about the illegals that were infesting their city, and the Hispanic people that were at the council started booing them and calling them whitey and using racial epithets right there in the City Hall of Huntington Park.
Crazy.
So Huntington Park
Mark,
is,
I wanted to say, Mark, that we need to be very careful in California because of the MAID, the medical assistance in dying that exists, and with the way that Gavin Newsom, our trashy governor, has his rhetoric where he panders to black prisoners, pretending that he's not part of the problem of why California is, losing businesses and why people are leaving California. For all I know, how do I know that they're not giving people MAID services and they don't even know they're being given these MAID services, MAID, because it exists in a lot of states in the United States already. Well, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, sweetie. What is MAID? I'm not familiar with that. Do you know, Hake?
I don't know. Medicare. At first, I thought she was saying Medicaid, possibly, but no, I'm not sure.
Medicaid is what the illegals are on, but Trump's trying to get them off. What was she saying about the black prisoners? Gavin Newsom, something about he's trying to show the black prisoners he's not a real white man. Well, we already know that.
Yeah.
But did you catch what she was saying on that?
No, I didn't catch that.
Well, she was good. I appreciate Sweetie. She speaks the truth. And, that's good for all of us. We need more Hispanics to fight on our cause. We don't need Indians. And I hope, and I'll make this quick. In Ohio, Tim Ryan is Vivek's opponent, and he is, well, you don't want me to say the word, he's a white sellout. He despises his own people. He was defeated by...
were you going to say one of the C words?
No, actually the W word, Wigger.
Oh, okay.
that would describe...
So he acts like he's black?
No, he doesn't go that far.
All right.
But in every vote he casts and every word he says, everything he stands for, there's an element of anti-whiteism in it. Everything. He's for amnesty. That's anti-white. He wanted to impeach Trump. That's anti-white. And he's just 100% liberal all the way down the line.
Which
liberal
guy is this?
Means pardon?
Who is this?
Tim Ryan.
With a
Democrat. Tim, yeah, Tim Ryan.
Oh.
He's the Democrat.
Former representative.
For governor. He's running against Vivek.
Oh, Lord. Well, then I guess we have to vote for Vivek unless there's a better option.
Well, that's what they want.
Not that we're voting, but...
No, I know, but that's what they want.
Yeah.
These fake Indian conservatives, they want you to think I'm your last hope, Whitey.
I know.
Terrible. And then once they get in, they're going to continue with bringing H-1-2 visas people in. They're going to say all the right things, like a con artist does. But when they get the power, now he's only going to be governor, and I know he has presidential aspirations. So he may even be successful as a governor because he knows he's got other intentions. Yeah. But I would never vote for Vivek for president unless he was running against AOC, and then we're all doomed if that happens, or some other commie Democrat. But anyway, Hake, I don't want to take any more time. God bless, and I'll talk to you again. Happy Men's History Month.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Wow. All right. A few super chats before I get back to the calls. Hang tight, callers. I appreciate you. Over on buymeacoffee.com, I saw a few come in. Buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. Cesar Caesar. Sup, Hake, it's story time. A woman forgave the man who killed her mother and even visited him in prison. After his release, she offered him a job at the same house where he killed her mother. I feel like I might have covered this or seen this story. He ended up killing her in the same house. And I think it was a black guy and a white woman. I vaguely recall this. Maybe more than vaguely. What's the lesson here, Hake? By the way, I did send you an extended version of this story with more details on X. Thank you for the tips, man. I got to go through those. Regarding the MRI machine being used to study vibrations of atoms in the body, I was wrong when I quoted uncensored AI. According to ChatGPT, the MRI machine actually measures the frequency of the atom's rotation, therefore creating an image of the body's internal structures. Have an amazing week, my peoples. Sunglasses emoji, cool emoji, right? The lesson is, don't be such a... This is a false version of forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean you bring your parents' killer to the house. I remember that story. I feel like I covered it, or Anchor Baby covered it, or the Jesse Lee Peterson show, maybe. I think it was Anchor Baby or me. Maybe JLP. And I don't remember if it was recent or a while back and it kind of went viral or what. But he was kind of like a groundskeeper type of a guy. That's called being a sucker. I wonder how the man felt or what he went through about it. Doing that to the mother and then going to prison, then getting out of prison, and then doing it to that gal, meaning, with the killing. Whew. The lesson is, once people show you, the lesson is, as my father once said, my dad once said, you know how mothers will often say, he's getting better. And my dad looks with a knowing smile, people don't change much. That's the lesson. People don't change much. Very rarely you get a radically changed person. The Apostle Paul, unless you guys are one of the Paul deniers and say Paul did not change, it was fake. Even he too did not change much. Okay. Radically changed. I found Jesus. I've been reformed. And blah, 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 blah. People don't change much. That doesn't mean you don't forgive them. You forgive them, and then arm's length. Like beautiful, one of my all-time favorite callers, and you guys' all-time favorite callers, sometimes hated. There's been callers whom I won't name them, actually. I won't name him or them. Callers whom I've had to ban, righteously or unrighteously. Whether I'm right or wrong, you gotta put them at an arm's length. Or, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, arm's length. Because they've shown you what they're about. It's what they're about. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. Stuff like that. It's not that you're closed off to the person. It's just that you are following what you see. You've seen it, as JLP has talked about. Don't ignore the signs. I saw the sign. I heard from somebody in the chat, a former communist in the chat, the ace of base was actually based secretly. So were they actually based? I don't know. But based is a worldly term. I disclaim it. So, rest in peace, you silly woman. As Trump said, shut up. He read this, okay? Shut up, stupid woman, said the snake to the woman. You bit me, you bit me. You knew very well before you let me in that I was a snake. That's not the wording. You knew I was a snake before you let me in. Whatever, Golden Rule TV, ace of base or bass, is Hake's kind of goofy music. I only like that one goofy song. That's the only song I know. You knew I was a snake before you let me in. And so Mark's thing about once a communist, always a communist, Mark has said that before. Yeah, I mean, people try to repent, but they can't. Nice. Thank you very kindly, beautiful Caesar or Caesar, for the reminiscing about that story. Terrible story, but it's a lesson. Let that be a lesson. What a mess. Forgave and rehired mother's ller. Terrible. People don't change much. It's true. Okay, back to the super chats. I think Popcorn gave me a nice super chat over here. Coffee. Buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. Or just go to thehakereport.com. In one of my past coffee messages, I asked you whether or not you believe that businesses should have the right to discriminate by any standard when it comes to patrons in their establishment, i.e. no whites, no women, no blacks, no men, etc. You said yes. Yep. Yes, definitely. If that were illegal, which it should be, it's constitutional, certainly. I asked you whether or not you supported the idea of businesses being required to put signs in their window or register as such to avoid any misunderstandings. You said no, definitely. Yeah. We reserved, there used to be signs when I was a kid. We reserved the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason, something like that. It also had no shirt, no shoes, no service, but does that no extend to employment discrimination? Absolutely. What I mean is, would you be in favor of a business being allowed to discriminate openly? He split his infinitive to openly discriminate. And you're allowed to do that nowadays. Everybody's doing it. But be required to, you're allowed to split infinitives, not to openly discriminate. But anyway, be required to disclose that they do not hire people of a certain race, for example. No, they don't have, there's no requirement. It would save themselves some time, maybe. An employer tells a candidate, Joe, for example, he didn't get the job because they wanted a person with experience in X, pick something. When in reality, Joe's race was a non-starter. It was a canned response. They clearly didn't even look at Joe's resume because he has 20 years of experience in X. Joe hears the lie from multiple companies, ends up on a hamster wheel, basically chasing his own tail. Terrible. The disclosure would be providing honesty up front. Yeah, that would. It would be better to do it, to be honest up front, and avoid wasting the candidate's time and money chasing pointless benchmarks. I agree. That's partly what these laws do. They force people to pretend and lie, and this culture does, forcing people to pretend and lie rather than taking away the shame of discrimination. Even if not required by law, wouldn't it be decent of an employer to be honest about their hiring practices? Thoughts? Yes, it would be decent. It would be decent. But it's quite understandable, and it's not indecent to hide it, especially in this evil culture. This evil culture. People well know that because of the mamas, popcorn, they're not able to be honest for fear, we'll call it, of retribution, of nosy meddlers. But that's why behind closed doors, people are more honest. Because of, I call it mama, and it's men and women, fall for this thing of, you feel like you can't be honest. Well, sometimes their honesty is gossip and mess, and just the evil that they're thinking about other people comes out. But also the plain truth. Not even hatred, just the plain honesty comes out behind closed doors. Partly because we have this niceness culture. Terrible. So yeah, I definitely agree that it would be nice to be upfront about these things. That's why I kind of I saw this on X, Popcorn, just a side note, you raised something. Let's see if I can find, if we mosey on over to the Hake report on X and mosey on over to James Anton Hake on X, I think I might have replied, based Gavin Newsom. So I said, based Gavin Newsom, and I'm kidding around, because Gavin Newsom posted this. Well, his press office, right? Governor press office of the California, right? Look, you see the communist bear and the communist star over the communist bear. That bear is extinct, by the way, in California. There is no, or is there? Are there any brown bears in California? Or are they all black bears that we brought in to replace the brown bears because we hunted them out of existence? Facts you won't see on Fox News: Mississippi's murder rate is 266% higher than California's. And I saw this because a journalist said he's bringing up an important point, and I hope he continues speaking on this important matter. Mississippi's murder rate 266% higher than California's, and they show a picture of the white man or male who's the governor, and then Gavin looking all tough, governor. The other guy's kind of fat. Gavin's kind of fit looking on the outside, but inside he's as fat as that man. As fat as a gal. Sorry, guys. Shout out. One major so somebody asked this question. Cernovich said, please keep posting this. Nice. Some guy said, Maddie Iglesias said, if crime is due to Democrats, how come Maine and Vermont have low crime? Well, interesting. So somebody, well, it didn't show that. What the heck? What the heck? Grok stated this in response to this guy. What is the single major demographic difference between California and Mississippi? Black. Mississippi is black. 37% black. That's really high. Anything above 10%, danger, danger. Even 10% is a lot. Shout out to the blacks. We love them. If we love anybody. And Gavin apparently does too. I'm saying sarcastically. Because Gavin Newsom is pointing out, Mississippi, you got this black, 37% black place has a high murder rate, higher than California's. 6% black in California. Wow, underrepresented. It's because the blacks moved out. California is more diverse overall. Hispanic, 40% roughly. And Asian, I didn't know Hispanic was only 40% of California. Asian, 15% of California populations. Population size also vastly differs. 39 million in California, supposedly, versus 3 million in Mississippi. So not even a tenth of the size. So you can see, you know, one of the black guys who's called into my show before points out, it's a smaller population, so the population the symptoms in that population can vary quite wildly with fewer numbers. Kind of interesting. And part of the reason of that is obviously, you know, single mothers raise more violent and angry and criminal children per capita. It's a fact. Look it up. Everybody knows that, right? And then the blacks are also taught about this, encouraged to be angry, and the black women, you know, the mothers, encouraged to be angry. It's out of control. Terrible. So it's so out of control. And what you brought up with popcorn is the unspoken, obvious truth or facts about the blacks. Here's one symptom of it, is that out of control anger. Can't trust them. Like Mark was saying about Indians. It's just based on experience. It's not simply because they're Indian or simply because they're black. Based Gavin Newsom. Terrible. Okay, so thank you, Popcorn. Discrimination? At least admit it. Mississippi versus California. And then Sion, real quick. Sion Hank Sampson. No long hair, but he got chest hair to make up for it. How do you live in California? I'm just asking because you are of the light, asks Sion. Surrounded by the children of the lies, but red hairs are not that innocent, says Sion. With her Punchy's Coffee thing right there. Punchy's Coffee profile pic. I don't know. Aren't you living in Georgia and places like that? You know, Sion? I think that people get along, find a way anywhere. I grew up in this area. I'm from L.A. County. Nice. Sion. Happy Men's History Month, Sion. Thank you kindly. Very cool. Is Joe in Arizona? Which Joe is this? Is this the Joe that I banned? Hey.
Hey, what's up, Hake?
Hey, oh, it's a different Joe. Okay, good. I was thinking that you were the Joe in Phoenix whom I'm holding at arm's length for the sake of the channel. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, I'm definitely Joe from Arizona. Hey, but
not Joe from Phoenix.
You guys heard about... Yeah. I'm in Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Different Joe. This is Joe.
I had brought you guys some honey out. Yeah.
Say again?
Hey, I had brought you guys some honey out from Phoenix.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Hey, I was calling to see if you guys heard about Rampage Jackson's son.
I heard a little bit about that. So this guy, Rampage Jackson, Rampage being like a UFC fighter, and he has a former, I guess. He has a 25-year-old son who beat a guy down. He went on some fighting ring, pro wrestler fighting ring, I guess.
Yeah,
and lost control and beat a guy down. He didn't even have any business being on that, jumping into that ring, from what I gather. Is that true?
Yeah, it's pretty messed up, man. I don't know. They had like a little bit, but that was not sanctioned.
So is he arrested? Is he like in jail, or is he out on bail? Have they done anything like that, or are they just investigating right now?
I think they're investigating, but I don't know. It looks like attempted murder charges.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
What prompted it? Did the guy say something untoward?
I think he tried to like punk the kid out before the match.
On Sunday, a female spokesman for the Los Angeles Police Department said it was investigating but could not comment further, according to the New York Times. Okay, so this went down on Saturday. There was a pro wrestling event, right? Let me just tell the story briefly from what I understand. And at this event, this white guy was saying stuff, according to what you just said.
Yep.
And so Raja Jackson, R-A-J-A, son of the former UFC champion, Quinton Rampage Jackson, who's under investigation now. Footage from this live stream shows it was a live stream on kick.com. I stream on Kick. Shows Raja Jackson, he himself is an MMA fighter, entered the ring during the match and brutally assaulting the wrestler Stuart Smith, known as Psycho Stu, S-Y-K-O, Stu, S-T-U. Even after Stuart Smith, Psycho Stu, was rendered unconscious, so he knocked him out and kept on hitting. KnockX Pro Entertainment Academy condemned this act as selfish, this attack, irresponsible act of violence that turned the planned wrestling spot into a serious assault. Oh, so did they plan to do like a sort of a scripted pretend like he's attacking him and then he just went out of control?
Yep, I think it was supposed to be like a body slam, but the kid just kept wailing on him like 20 times.
Wow. Were you watching this live? Were you into this type of thing at all? Or you just heard about it
No,
later?
I like Rampage. Rampage is a little interesting, but it's kind of jacked up, man, because he's kind of like belittling his son. So I think the son is always trying to prove himself.
Oh, man. So this is like been that's the backstory, kind of?
Yeah. Rampage is real hard on the boy, and like, I don't know, man. He got demons. It really sucks. I feel real sad for the boy.
So you feel real sad for the guy who, Rajah Jackson, who is seen lifting Smith and slamming him to the mat before punching him at least 20 times while he lay motionless on the campus.
Yeah, he's corrupt, man. He's corrupted. He had a concussion a couple days before as well.
Oh, so he may have CTE, which makes people violent.
It's a mess, man. It's a mess.
Yeah, I'm laughing. I don't know what the truth is about CTE, cranial trauma, something. Reportedly stemmed from a backstage altercation where the white guy Stuart Smith allegedly hit Rajah Jackson with a canned drink, and who knows what the real truth is. So what a mess.
The kid is constantly on live, so I think he's always trying to prove himself, or for the fans and everything.
Yeah, he's 25 years old. He better grow out of that quick.
Oh yeah, they spoiled him, man. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Hey, you take care, Hake. It's really good talking to you, bro. I gotta go.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye. I'm glad I got to him. Joe from Arizona, not to be and Phoenix area, doxed. Brought the honey. Joe with the honey. Do I call him Honey Joe? I should have asked him. There's a new Joe in town. There's a new Joe over here on the Hake Report. The Latinos, Joe. From Phoenix. The Latinos have taken your spot. You sounded kind of Latino. Quinton Rampage Jackson, the father, expressed deep concern. This is according to Brave AI, okay? So I don't know if this is all true. And even if it were reported by a legitimate news outlet, you don't know what's true. Expressed deep concern. He did not condone his son's actions, obviously. Apologized on his behalf. Claimed the attack was a work that went wrong based on prearranged storyline where his son was to get his payback in the ring, but emphasized his son, who suffered a recent concussion, should not have been involved in a wrestling event. Jackson stated also, I don't know which Jackson, that Smith was awake and stable at the hospital. Rajah Jackson has not publicly commented on the incident, as he should not. He should just be quiet and think about what he did. No. Terrible. We wish you guys well. So much drama in the LBC. Rajah Jackson, he feels bad for him. Violence. It's not right. It's really not. There's one line open, everybody. Let me get to Daniel in Arizona here. What's up, Daniel? How you doing?
Good, and you Hake?
Doing fine, thank you.
Hey, yeah, I was just pretty much calling about the Rajah thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I pretty much watched the whole live, and then I was watching a few people like covering it and whatever what happened.
Yeah.
And like the previous caller said, Rajah, that kid, like he just he's not a kid, he's an adult.
Yeah.
I don't know.
25-year-old kid.
Yeah, there you go.
He has the mindset of a adolescent mindset.
Yeah, he definitely does. He has like some temperament issues.
Yeah. Okay.
And like he went to the wrestling thing, and so pretty much he went backstage where all the wrestlers were at. And this Psycho Stu guy, he saw the cameras, and then like he pretty much thought, oh, like we're probably gonna do a bit, we're probably gonna show off for the camera or whatever.
Yeah.
So he tries to do a bit with he grabs an empty can and like smashes it on his head and whatever. Tries to act like a tough guy, you know.
Yeah.
like the evil wrestler kind of guy.
Yep. I
And
could see that type of thing happening. Okay.
yeah, and so then everybody kind of calms him down, like, hey, like he's not working, he's not a wrestler, like you shouldn't have done that.
Oh.
And the guy, Psycho Stu, like he apologizes like 10 times over and over. He's just like, I'm sorry, man. Like I did not know that. Like I just saw the cameras. Like I'm extremely sorry. And Raja, he literally shook his hand and was like, okay, man, like it's all fine, I understand. But deep down, like he was just holding a grudge and waiting for his moment to get back at him.
Oh. That's what your theory is on what went down, huh?
Oh no, because he was saying it like on stream. He was like, guys, I'm about to get him right now.
Oh, Raja said that? So Raja was streaming?
Yeah, Raja was streaming, and on live, like they told him, like, okay, you can take him down, like you can like pick him up and knock him down, but that's it, like that's it, like don't do nothing else, don't do anything crazy. And on stream, he's like, yeah, guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna punch him until they like pull me off. Even when they pull me off, I'm gonna keep punching.
Wow.
And, yeah, like he said that on stream, so I was just like, wow.
You know, that's JLP was somewhat familiar with this when I brought it up because somebody in the X live chat, I read it during the super chats in I guess the third hour, said that so often blacks just go hog wild, if you will. He didn't use that term. With the violence, just violently attacking when they attack whites or when they attack one another, really, I think. But, and the whites don't tend to, like, fight back or defend themselves properly or protect themselves properly. Man.
Yeah, no, everybody stood back watching it. I was like, why is nobody stepping in? And then somebody finally did. And I was just so thankful they did because, man, who knows what could have happened there.
Yeah. So this took place Saturday. And so you're into this event, this pro wrestling streaming on Kick?
No, I was just watching the stream because I like Rampage. His
okay.
dad. His dad is pretty funny.
Yeah. Rampage being Raja's dad. He's funny. Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. I do advise his content, so I don't know. I would warn against it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, but I was just watching Raja, and I mean everything. I mean, even from the beginning, it was just weird, man. Like he was clearly angry, even when his dad called him, like joking around, like you're fighting men with tank tops on. What are you doing, man? With tighties? Like Rampage was just messing with him, and Raja clearly was not in like the right headspace. He was already angry and pissed off.
Terrible. I once you're used to fighting, because I feel like a lot of people wouldn't have the heart to keep on beating a guy after he's out. But some people would, especially if they're angry, if they snap like that. I mean, there's really no telling what people do. You've seen these ISIS videos where people do horrible things, you know, the execution videos, do horrible things to their fellow human beings, you know. A lot of people they think they can't relate because they think that they don't have the heart to do something so evil. But spiritually, we're not really any different, which is what's
everybody's so
me.
quick to jump and say that, like, he's a monster, he's an animal.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, anyone that, because, like, there's so many comments under the post that were like, oh, yeah, if I would have gotten a can smash in my head, I would have pulled out my Glock and shot him. I was just like, what?
That's crazy. So, so what I picture when you told me that, like, you've seen these tough guys, they drink a beer or a soda and they smash the can into their head and this can just crunches. So that was what the thing was meant to be?
Yeah, it just like nothing really happened. Like it just crunched.
Yeah.
And like it just fell off, and everybody was just like, "Hey man, he's not working here." And he kind of grabbed Raja and was like, "Are you gonna sell it?" Which in like wrestling terms is like, "Are you gonna fake the injury so we can like get something out of this?"
Right. Not? Yeah, it's supposed to be kayfabe, where you can take a lot of pain and you inflict a bit of pain on each other, but you try to make it look like it's worse than it really was, so you guys can put on a good show for the crowd. I could picture a guy. I don't know if this white guy was on roids, or if this black guy was on roids. But I hear that roids, as in steroids, increase people's aggression so that it goes even more out of control than it normally would. And, you know, there's this fighting tough guy thing where you may go overboard to mess with them, play mind games with them. The white guy might have even gone kind of overboard. Who knows?
Yeah, some people could take it as that, like, you didn't even know who the guy was, and you're just going to smash a can in his head. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of overboard, you know?
Like this outsider, let me show him that this wrestling is not fake, you know, because it's pro wrestling, right?
Yeah, there you go.
So who knows what the real story is, but whew, terrible.
Yeah, but there's just some little details I wanted to throw in.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Daniel.
Sounds good. Have a good day. Hey.
All right. Take care. Nice. Whew. And I'm going to try to plow through all these calls. Dennis in New Jersey's on the line over here. Dennis, thank you for calling and holding. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Hake? How you doing this day?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Yeah, I was just listening earlier, and I heard one of your callers saying how oppressed and attacked white folks are in the United States, and I wanted to know what I could do to help support the fight for white rights in the United States.
And you really want it? And you really want to?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Just be yourself, be a man, and don't be swayed too much in either direction.
Then that's going to help white rights.
Yeah, because you'll be an example of a man who's unmoved by stuff, and men who are unmoved by stuff are going to help be an example in the country. They'll be a light rather than darkness in the country. You know how people overreact or start to judge or what? You don't seem like the type who tends to overreact, but you may be the type, or in the past been the type, who judges and thinks intellectually about these things when you don't even really need to think about it twice. There's racial issues, for example.
Your last caller was talking about how, you know, there was all these Mexicans in California and stuff like that. And I was thinking, like, well, who's going to do the jobs that white people don't want to do if all the Mexicans leave California?
I think whites will do them. I don't know how many jobs whites don't want to do.
Oh, they like going out there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then maybe we can bring some. If the Mexicans leave, the blacks will come back, because a lot of blacks left California, and so don't worry about that. That'll work itself out, man.
Oh no! They should stay all white.
What's that?
No, the blacks shouldn't go. Blacks should just stay out.
Why should the blacks stay out? The whole reason the blacks left California, because a lot of blacks did leave, was because of the Hispanics coming in.
Because the white man discovered California, and it's his state. So if he don't want any black people there, then it's his right.
But the whites didn't run the blacks out of California. It was the Latinos.
The Latinos did it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll help them get rid of the Latinos, and then after that, they can have it ball.
No, you don't want to get rid of them. Just like if we deport them, we can deport some of the ones who don't belong here. And I don't know, man. But you're acting like, you see, this is what I mean. Like, you're falling for stuff, and you're falling into judgment about situations such as deportations. You're falling into what if. You're having a double mind about doing the right thing. The right thing is to deport illegals, right?
You're a businessman, right?
No. You deporting illegals is the right thing, right? Or wrong?
I don't know. I'd have to look at each individual case by case basis.
Oh Lord! So you can't just round up illegals in general and deport them?
Illegals? What is the definition of an illegal?
Oh man, you're pretty far gone.
Yeah, people making up that name, like, how is a person illegal?
People making up a name. They've been illegals for generations. It's not made up.
Where is it saying the law books that a human being is illegal?
When a person is here illegally, they are an illegal alien according to the law. I don't know where exactly, but it's in there.
Oh, somewhere. Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to brush up on my immigration law.
Oh, see, you're not even anywhere close to being really supporting of white rights, man.
No, I think
that you're trolling me.
If somebody in this country is being oppressed, as a fellow American, I feel or they getting attacked, as a fellow American, I want to stand up for that person, that white, yellow, black, or whatever.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And I was looking at some numbers.
So you're a mama.
A mama?
You're not really a man. You're a mama because you want to stand up for the oppressed.
Yeah.
That's not right. Is that because you feel that blacks were oppressed in the past? Is that why you identify with oppression?
Well, the man that just called you said that the white folks in America are being oppressed and attacked.
Right.
And you didn't call him a mama, but you scared of the white man, but you okay calling the black man a mama?
Well, I've dealt with him before. Like, don't worry about his conversation. Let's deal with what's here is you. So you just called in to accuse me of a double standard? Is that what's going on?
No, I'm calling in to say that I want to help the man.
I know, but you don't want to help in a manly way. It sounds like you want to help, if you really want to help, in a mama way. Dennis.
No.
You remind me of a clever version of who's that guy from Ohio? Bald Man 54. Where's Bald Man 54? Anyway, you remember, I'm blanking on his name. Sorry, Bald Man 54. I'm blanking on your name. From Ohio. Ronnie from Ohio. You know Ronnie from Ohio?
Ronnie?
Yeah.
That sounds, I can't quite remember.
You remind me a lot of him in the way that you speak.
Is he standing up for the white man?
Yeah. He loves white history.
That's what's up.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Man. We're gonna stop this hatred of the white man in the United States, because that got.
But you can't be a. I'm glad that you don't have control over the policy right now, because you're falling into the Democrat thing of, we got to go case by case, and when we have tens of millions of illegals here, you can't just go case by case. They're illegal. Yeah, they got to go. If they can successfully raise a claim that, because there's people, that illegal who was driving the truck and did the outrageous U-turn, the India guy. He came over here. He was caught illegally here in like 2018, and you know what he said? He's from India. Keep in mind, he said he's afraid to go back to his own country, India. So he's trying to act like he's a refugee from India because he's afraid to go back to India. I bet he is.
Yeah, he's probably lying.
Who knows?
But hey, at least I don't have to worry about being the president of the United States and deciding if I want to mass deport people or do it one step by step. That's I don't want to get all my hair gray in 1 year and age 20 years in a matter of 4 years. That's not my problem. But if you asking me as a citizen and I had the opportunity to make that decision, personally, I would decide to make it a case by case basis.
Right. Of course, I mean, that's what ends up happening. You deport, you gather them, you round them all up, and then you go one by one. That's actually already what's happening. So don't worry about it.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta make California white again, because this is not.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, man. You're being silly. This is not Ronnie, by the way. This is really Dennis. I was just saying he reminds me of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, and I was looking at some numbers, right? And it said that Texas was the state with the most homicides in the whole entire country. Did you know that?
I'm not surprised, because it's very black.
Oh. Is it more black people or white people in Texas?
There's more whites, but there's a heavy black presence in Texas. And Texas is a big state, and it is very populous. California is more populous, but less black.
Yeah, California has twice as many homicides as Mississippi. In California.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I could believe that. But per capita, it's higher in Mississippi because California has more than 10 times as many people. Raw
they
numbers.
say that per capita thing, but I don't even know like if everybody that listens to your program really understands what per capita means.
Okay, well, let me explain per capita. You understand per capita, right? Or no?
Right. This is average, right?
Kind of. Per capita means per head or per 100,000. They oftentimes do 100,000. Capita kind of means 100 or head or something like that. I don't know. But per 100,000, the murder rate can be 6 per 100,000. It can be 20 per 100,000. It can be 50 or 60 per 100,000, which is very high, right?
Yeah.
So in Mississippi, they have a heavy black presence, and a lot of the blacks are single mother criminal kind, thugs and bad women. Shout out. And
how do you know that? Have you been to Mississippi?
No, I just heard about it. And so I surmise that that's what's going on.
Oh, okay. You just
I made it up.
Dreaming it up. Made it up.
Yeah. But it sounds true, doesn't it?
It could be. I mean, Mississippi sounds like a place that got a lot of black people because it's hot in Mississippi.
They like it hot.
If I was a white man, I wouldn't be one to live in Mississippi. Too hot for me. I want to live up north somewhere. It's hot.
Yeah. New Jersey, is it pretty temperate or is it humid?
Yeah, this summer has been super hot. I'm thinking it must be the climate change.
Oh, yeah. That climate change.
Yeah.
It's out of control. It's a good thing we have President Trump in office so he can get a handle on that.
Yeah, he's going to burn more fossil fuels to make it like skip over the whole, what do you call it? The climate change thing and make it climate control.
Yeah, climate control. There we go.
How hot it can be.
What's a fossil fuel?
A fossil fuel is a fuel that's using fossils to fuel engines or machines that run on burning that type of fuel.
So they think that oil comes from fossils?
Yeah, it comes from fossils. So they dig in the earth, and all of the living animals and plant species or life that died, thousands or even millions of years ago, they'll dig it up, suck it on up, and then they'll process it, and it'll be used so we can power our vehicles.
Some people say it's actually a renewable resource, and fossil fuel, the term fossil is a misnomer. I don't know what the truth is, but I hear that it's quite plentiful. You know what? You know what I hear that's crazy? California is sitting on oil, but we have the highest, because of all of our taxes and regulations, highest gasoline prices of anybody in the United States, at least. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I think they're trying to go to them electric cars and stuff.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. These liberals, mamas.
They're trying to go to the electric cars.
It's fun to hear. It's fun to hear from you again, Dennis.
Oh yeah,
it's been a little while.
Yeah. I was trying to stay cool in all of this climate control.
Nice. Thank the Lord and the white man or whoever for air conditioning.
Yeah, power to the white man. That's what's up.
Indeed. Well, thanks for the call, man. Good to hear from you. Call again.
Good to hear.
All right. Nice. Steve C. says offshore drilling banned in California in 1969. Petro and natural gas are fossil fuels, Hake, says Albert. And then somebody says, don't fall for it, Hake. I think it's Jules Verne. Somebody said. Oil comes from rotting living materials, not fossils, says T-Flying Monkey 45. So it's a renewable source because a whole lot of rot and dead things and people dripping down to make oil or something. Bone doesn't make oil or all cemeteries will be oil fields, says T-Fly Monkey. So there's a whole lot of misinformation coming out on the Hake Report. I disclaim it. I don't know. Or disinformation or malinformation. Don't ask me what the difference is. Put the call numbers up once in a while, Hake, says Albert. Good advice, man. Good advice. All right. Oh, yeah. Super chats. Terry says, I concur with Mark today. We need to get rid of these evil activist judges and never vote Indian, says Terry. And she and Mark, of course, mean righteously, meaning we put them out of office, put them out of their position. They don't belong in their positions in many cases, these so-called judges. But it's as he said, it's kind of a commie so-called judges. Terrible. Thank you to Neo, Neyyo, over on pilled.net. I stream there. He rated my stream with a bunch of people, which is a good thing, right? Okay. And he gifted the shades, saying ML. I forget what ML. My lord? We'll go with that. What's up, Ghost Pepper? Nice to see you. I'm the redirect, I do believe, is set for American Anchor. Maybe do catch that. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Get rid. And I have to get to JERMAINE in Canada. JERMAINE, how you doing, man? Are you there? It's been a little while. Come off of mute.
Hello?
Hey, there you go.
Hey, Hake.
Hey.
Yeah, I was at my desk. Normally when I make a call, I step outside.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I saw that clip you post on the Sunday there. Was that Tony, right?
Tony from Cal. Yeah, I posted a short/reel over the weekend, guys. I got to put it on my TikTok. And it was me, Tony, and I talking about whether an unborn baby is human. Tony's funny. He's entertaining. And he's like, no, not till it draws its first breath, brother.
What the?
Yeah.
I thought it was Tony in church until the person speak. I'm like, oh, it's Josh. I was like, no way, Tony ended up at church.
That's funny. So you heard the voice and you're like, is that Tony from California? No, it was Josh from Georgia. Nice.
Yeah, it's after when Josh talked, I was like, oh, it's Josh.
Yep.
Yeah, you were touching on a topic today about the advertisement things.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny because, I don't know, have you seen the advertisement about the Dunkin' Donut? I think it's Dunkin' Donut. It's been a while since that was out. It's kind of like the Sweeney, what's that girl's name?
Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like
so Sydney Sweeney's the white girl, from some degenerate show, and she posted it in an advertisement, and this was not, well, it was sort of degenerate too, and it was for American Eagle, which I disclaim, I do not endorse, but it said, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, blue eyes from her parents, white, Aryan goddess, I disclaim. She's mid, I call her. But so Dunkin had a pro-white dog whistle ad too?
Yeah, it was more like showing off your body and looks, and you enjoy the summer with a Dunkin' Donut drink, something along those lines.
Dunkin' Donuts makes you fat. They call it Dunkin' now because they want to distance themselves from being donuts. But
I might be wrong, but I think it's Dunkin' Donut. It's been a while since it's out. I think it was over a month ago.
Is it this King of Summer guy?
Yes.
That's funny. I'm afraid.
But you notice, like... go ahead.
I'm afraid to click it.
Look, I didn't ask to be the King of Summer. It just kind of happened. This tan? Genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden Summer. Literally. I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour refresher, it's like the sun just finds me. So if sipping these refreshers makes me the King of Summer, guilty as charged.
What's funny is this. Is it looks like it's overcast. The lighting does not look bright sunny. Terrible. Oh, there's like a sunny effect that they're putting on it. But that was shot on an overcast day. It looks like anyway, unless my monitor's messed up. Anyway, go ahead. That's funny.
But you notice there's no like big backlash off it on the internet or anything, right? It's
no,
about
there's a little
guy.
bit of okay, so on Reddit anyway, latest Dunkin ad getting a lot of heat on social media for giving off a Sydney Sweeney American Eagle vibes. Maybe because people, I don't know. This is my first time ever seeing it. Maybe it will. Are you saying that it's not as catching as much heat?
Yeah, as the Sydney Sweeney one.
You're probably right. It's already
because
well, it's a man. Men are not as people don't want to look at the man as much as they want to look at the gal. I don't know. Go ahead.
yeah, I just think guys, we don't really care about that. I mean,
True.
yeah, the guy looks good. I'm not gay or anything, right? But
Right.
we all know, like, okay, looks good enough. No one cares, right? But the girls, they get what do you call it? They feel disrespected or not valued. Like, oh, you guys are putting up this beautiful woman. That's
Yeah.
not the mother in our average girl, you know. And and I really don't. I mean, the lady. I dislike a woman when they wear a lot of makeup, so I really don't even care for the video, right?
Right.
It's just interesting.
Yep. Yeah.
But then it. Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't either. I didn't really care for the Sydney Sweeney ad. I mean, it was the only thing amusing about it was that the overreaction against it. Honestly.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was like a nothing commercial.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of your typical. Although it is interesting, somebody pointed out in this Reddit post, what's up with them mentioning genetics in recent ads lately? I don't know. Trump has talked a little bit about genetics. He has good genes or whatever. But it's just, that's how normal people talk. So I don't know.
Yeah. And it kind of ties in with the, I mean, it's more female centric, I would say, like, because the work that I do, like, I talk to a lot of managers and owners. Well, managers, I would say.
Okay.
And most of them are female. I'm noticing that. And when you go back to Disney now, Disney's realizing that they're losing a lot of money because the movies that they're promoting now, it's more female centric, like.
Definitely.
So guys are like cutting this movie and they're not making a lot of money, and now they want to gain back the male audience. Like, is it Gen Z now, I think? They're saying they want back their audience. So they're trying to appeal back to them because they're losing money, and males are the one that will mostly spend money on these things.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes a lot of sense. They've been losing money because they've really destroyed their own appeal by going so woman-centric, handicap-centric, fat, body positivity-centric, LGBTIQ, and it's just a turnoff for like normal people. They just don't.
Yeah.
They'll put up with it. We'll all put up with it a bit if it's a good show, but we don't really care. But it just doesn't. It's not helping, and it's in some cases actually hurting. People like winners, people like they can't. Although they hate Trump, they can't stop talking about him, and they know that he gets the ratings. And
that's true.
So people who are just naturally winners and confident and stuff like that, the guy said it just comes to me if good genes. That's how life works for some people, and people like that. You want to see people like that for whom it comes naturally. It's their natural talent is to be on TV or to be outgoing and stuff like that. It's how it is.
To captivate the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. And they're and I mean, I used to play a lot of video games, and it used to be like, you call it like, man, it would be like rough, like violence and something you can relate to.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's how they sell, right? An emotional drag, and you can relate to it, like you get an identity off of it. So, I mean, that's how we sell to society on a large basis, yes. And they changed these characters in the video games to be more trans and colorful. Even
Yeah,
the video
that's right.
game is dying. It's crazy.
Totally. Terrible.
But one more point, what Mark was making about the immigrants, you know, after they sold themselves, they, you know, then they changed. Like Vivek, I don't think they should put him in office. No, that's not good. Because now in the UK, I don't know if you know this guy. You can't raise the UK flag. One guy did it and they arrest him, which is crazy.
Because it's a dog whistle for no outsiders, no Indians, no Pakistanis, stuff like that, no Muslims.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they're looking at it. But he's just proud of his country and he's raising his flag. Like, how can immigrants or illegal immigrants raise their flag in your country, but if you do it, it's a crime? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I've said sometimes, and it sounds so bad, that when people chant USA, USA, it's kind of like in your face. It's racist because it's an in your face to the POCs. When a group of white guys start chanting USA, oh, stop that racism. What a mess.
But yeah, it just shows there's something wrong with these people. Like, why are you getting mad for someone loving their country and saying USA? Like, are you gonna get offense to that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Hake. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what the truth is about that UK flag being raised. The question, the issue about that, but I don't know. Interesting though.
Yeah.
Thank you for the.
Yeah,
I don't know what the truth is behind that.
Yeah. All right, Hake. Thanks for taking my call, man.
Thank you,
and
sir.
Happy Man's History Month.
Thank you. Same to you. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye. I have to get to Alan. Alan has been on hold forever. Hold on. Let me find him. Alan in Michigan. Thank you for calling and holding, man. What's up?
I don't mind holding, Mr. Hake.
Right on.
I get to listen to the other people.
Indeed.
This is a shout out to Mark and a kind of an anecdote. Okay, anecdote flag up. I have a friend who's a driver. He drives an 18-wheeler in Illinois. And we were talking on the phone just a few days ago. We'll talk for hours sometimes. But he said lately, within the last several years, in his travels, now he travels at night because of deliveries to the stores and stuff had to be done in the morning. Okay.
Nice.
He says that the number of accidents he's run into has increased. And there was one, he didn't say when, it was on a major highway, it was probably I-55, but whatever.
Okay.
And he said he was stopped in traffic. He had to back his truck as an 18-wheeler 4 miles to get to an exit where he could get off, and the highway was closed for 24 hours.
Whoa.
And
that closure was due to like a fatality or what? An accident? Or it's just the maintenance
going on.
What's that?
Well, no, it was definitely an accident. It was definitely an accident. Another one, he was stopped, couldn't get off for 4 hours. And he's had this happen increasing numbers of times.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't see the accident.
Right.
He didn't get, most people don't.
Yeah.
But, coincidence becomes a pattern.
Yeah.
And these people, I'm not even surprised about that. I'm very upset, of course, about those 3 people being decapitated, apparently, and it's Hindu. But you have to understand, these people, this is their religion. Their religion includes reincarnation. So, who cares if you kill somebody? Who cares if you do this or that or anything? You'll maybe in the next life you'll end up as a snake or a tricky trilobite or whatever. That's okay. You'll just keep reincarnating and reincarnating. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that is not biblical, as you well know. It's one time through, and you're judged on what you do.
That's wild. You know what, too? I don't know if that's true what you're telling me. I mean, I've heard that they believe in reincarnation, but I didn't know that could creep into their mindset about killing and death and stuff. Because they don't seem like that violent of a country, usually, normally, except with Pakistan, with whom they were part of a same country, brother against brother, I guess. But
yeah.
But they're also heavily, I don't want to say overpopulated necessarily, but very, very highly populated and densely populated, which feels overpopulated in small areas. So they may be, that may contribute to their other thing about being careless about other people's lives, you know, I guess, because they're sick of each other. Sick of seeing people?
That
I don't know.
is certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
But Buddhism believes the same thing, and all these other, and in fact, Judaism believes in reincarnation.
Well, I didn't know that. When did?
Oh, sure.
Since when?
I got that. I've got that from a newspaper article from the Jewish Times that my Nazi friend Max the Nazi gave me.
Yeah.
And it says right there, I've got it in black and white.
Well,
they believe in reincarnation.
That's according to the Nazis. Not that the Nazis are known for lying necessarily.
No, this is from a Jewish publication.
Oh, okay.
This is from their own rabbis and holy men.
It's got to be. It's got to be a different sect. Yeah, it's got to be like some off the beaten path sect that believes in reincarnation. I think.
Well,
because do you think Ben Shapiro and Dennis Prager and them believe in reincarnation? I don't know.
I can't talk to an individual. All I can say is that's in their writings.
Yeah.
And it's published in the paper. It's in their papers.
It seems like a hippie thing, a wishful thinking thing to believe in reincarnation.
Of course, because we don't want to die.
Yeah.
Certainly true. But you've got a good point. There are different sects of Judaism. You got Orthodox,
and you know what's interesting is what good is reincarnation, quote unquote, if you don't even remember your past life. Like it's basically the same thing because you ended up dead. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, that's a good point. Of course, some people
What's the difference?
They'll say, "Well, I remember a past life," and guess what? It seems everybody who believes in reincarnation, oh, I was a princess. Oh, I was a king. It's never, I was a worm. Or I was
we must have been,
insect.
if reincarnation is real, which it's not, but we must have all been a bunch of worms because there's more people on Earth than ever. So
that's a good point. That is an argument for evolution. I never thought of that, but thank you. Yes, that's a mark. Oh, yeah, we're just progressing.
Right.
We're just going from one stage to the other and progressing. Don't make it the first time. Try again.
I know. A bunch of animals must have been really good if being human is a good thing.
Right.
That's
now,
funny.
the only thing I want to add, because I don't want to take up much of your time.
Yeah.
A contribution to
Men's
History Month is George S. Patton. I don't know if anybody brought him up, but
I think so.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah, a man's man,
Nice.
And I believe he was murdered.
Okay.
That's my own, based on the evidence I have seen in a number of places. Because he wouldn't play ball.
He wouldn't what?
He wouldn't play ball with the globalists.
Okay. So he was a general, a U.S. general, legendary, and he was in World War II, and he helped defeat the Nazis, but he thought that we should continue, right? And he felt that we should continue and beat the commies in Russia. And,
right.
And there was, the official story is there was an accident, some guy broadsided, or somehow vehicle accident, and it seemed like a freak accident, that he was punctured or really damaged or messed up his spine, and He knew he was going
Right,
to die, and he had his wife come and saw her one more time, and then he died from those injuries. But you think that it was a targeted hit? And
I believe it was. I believe it was because there was a Battle of Felice in France.
What?
He had a chance to surround the German army and win. And Bradley and what's his face, Eisenhower, stopped him, and which would have saved not only American lives but German lives. Again, at the Battle of the Bulge, he brought in troops that rescued our troops from being annihilated. And then later on, he said, well, we can go through Germany. And he was about to do that. And guess what? They cut off his gas, so he couldn't go any further.
Wow.
They wanted as many people on the German and American side to die. This was a ritual murder on a global scale. And I call the World War II the crusade to save the Soviet. That's what it was. It was a gigantic blood-letting ritual murder. And I'll stick to that to the day I die.
Wow.
Great man. Great man. And I'll leave it there. Just ponder on those things.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate your contribution to Men's History Month. George Patton. Take care, Alan.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Rick is not Rick. I'll get to Rick in a second. Albert, out of PA, first-time caller. Albert, what's up?
Hey,
Hey.
an honor and a privilege.
Nice. Same with you. Huh?
Hey, you said something this week, a week or two ago. Rules. You had to be a liberal to be a great artist.
Yeah. Do you agree? Your phone is kind of coming in and out. I don't know if you're going to drop or not. Are you there, Albert? I might have to.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so do you agree that you have to be a liberal to be a great artist?
Well, I don't know if you have to be a liberal, but they definitely have infiltrated our culture, and they've done it through the arts.
Can you back off your phone a little bit? You're so crunchy.
I want to have to call you back on another phone. This isn't working out.
Oh no, it's working out now. If you just speak a little bit quieter, like you just did at the when you said it's not working out, that was perfect. Rick from Hampton, VA has this issue sometimes too. Okay, so.
Well, my point is that you touched on something.
Yeah.
When you said that they have definitely infiltrated our culture through the arts.
The liberals, the communists, definitely. Satan, Mama. Spirit.
Yes, and with the new AI.
Which is also liberal.
I think we have to be on the ball with that. Where is this going?
Yeah.
And we have to be out front, ahead of them.
I agree with you. That's what Anchor Baby's doing. He's getting out ahead of things on AI so that he's advanced like the liberals. So we can beat them.
Why do you think it is that the liberals are the artists and we're not?
I think that it's I'm not sure what all it is, but I have a whole bunch of thoughts about it. As there was this Jewish guy who's a comedian who said that the liberals are attracted to things that don't do anything. You know, politicians, media, arts, stuff that you don't actually do something. You just pretend like you're doing something. Judges, lawyers, they just talk about people who've done stuff. Or make laws for the people who do stuff or make propaganda and pretend like they're people, act doing as actors as people who do stuff. But they're just, a lot of the more woman-oriented, excitable cultures, Black, Jewish, even Hispanic, are just, they're naturally more entertaining and also effeminate, like woman-oriented. I don't know. Whereas the manlier cultures are just more practical, and practical doesn't really have much to do with art always. Trump is pretty practical, and he loves art, and so he likes to support artists. Like, I remember he was a fan of some of these performers and guys, like even Elton John. That's why he said Little Rocket Man. So there's some art has its place, but I don't know why. I don't know. I'm talking too much.
Well, Hake, there definitely is a self-promotion factor to it. Like, they promote themselves. Liberals promote other liberals. In Hollywood, you couldn't be a conservative or you would get blacklisted.
Right. Yeah, true. In the good old days, they couldn't be a communist or you'd get blacklisted. Now the communists are blacklisting the conservatives. Worse than the conservatives ever blacklisted the liberals.
Yeah, well, I think they took McCarthy out right when he was about to nail it, and they took him out.
They're doing what they accused McCarthy of doing. Is all they ever do.
You're right about that, Hake.
It's great to hear from you, man.
I love your show, brother, and it was great talking to you.
You as well.
And Patton, the reason that Patton's death was so suspicious was that car crash was only going like 10 miles an hour.
Wow. Really?
But love your show, and we'll talk soon.
That sounds good, Albert and PA. Appreciate it. Definitely feel free to call again
God
anytime.
bless, brother.
You as well. Bye. Nice. It doesn't take much to break your nose. Not that he broke his nose. He messed up his spine. But how fast was the other car going? Don't know. Interested? I have 2 minutes to go, and let me get to Rick in Hampton, VA. Back of the bus with Rick. How you doing, Rick?
Man, what's up, my brother James? How was your weekend, my brother?
It was nice. Thank you, sir.
Man, that's cool, my brother, man. Cool. Well, man, I want to get on, man. President Trump's removing all these, these Black History landmarks.
Yeah.
All they do, man, look, I don't mind history. And it's like with the Civil War. Even though, the South were the bad guys, so you need to see who they are, too. You see what I mean?
Say that again?
I said, because, like, how everybody go take down, if this was a Confederate general, they'd go try and take a statue down and stuff, because they named the building after him. But the bottom line is, it's just part of history, man. I don't know why people freak out about that so bad.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying, James?
I sort of do.
But what I'm saying, I'm sorry, go ahead, James.
No, go ahead.
And it's just like when you see these slavery movies, they always paint that all whites are evil, and and that blacks are victims.
Yeah,
they're always victims. Even blacks do it unconsciously. I was at Piccadilly's eating yesterday, and
I gotta close up in 20 seconds. Go.
Okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah. But what I'm saying too, man, if anybody, Happy Men's History Month.
Yes,
just help blacks get out that victim mindset, man. When you're in that victim mindset, you are hard to get along with.
So true.
You can't take responsibility of your actions, and that's how they want to keep you. That like the liberal school system, the public schools.
Thank you so much, Rick. It's good talking with you, man.
All right.
Take care.
You too, brother. Love you, man. I'll hit you up tomorrow there, James.
Sounds good. And take care, guys. Peace in the Middle East. Bye.